If you're looking to buy property in northwest Montana this year, there's a site you should definitely check out. I did a video about it a few years ago, but they've greatly improved it since then, and I want to show you everything you can find out if you go to this site. It pretty much covers everything you'd want to know if you're looking to buy a piece of property here in northwest Montana. Let's go check it out. Before we get to this week's episode, I would like to take a minute to thank all of you that have been watching our videos. I do have one favor to ask though. I was looking at our stats and it says that 68% of the people that watch our videos are not subscribed to our channel. So if you're one of those people, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe. It would definitely help us out a ton. Thank you. And let's get on with this week's episode. So here's the site I was telling you about. This is the Flathead County GIS site, and I will leave the link for you down in the show notes. But when you get here, you just come down here and click on this interactive mapping link. And once you click on that, it will bring you to the map of Flathead County. This everything in white that you can see here is Flathead County. And then we get into the fun part. You can scroll in, and again, if you're looking for a property, this is a very good thing to do. I would highly recommend it. I do it for all my clients that are looking just to do your research. But if you scroll in, you know, down here south of Kalispell, there's a little subdivision right here called Rocky Meadows. And if you can see all the lots, and then if you just click on a random one, or if this is the house you're looking at, you'll get down here and you'll see the different links for this particular piece of property. First one we'll click on is this appraisal one, but this takes you then to the state GIS site, but they have all the information on this lot. So it shows you the satellite view of the lot and what's on it. It gives you the owner information that I will blur out for their privacy. But you can see that it's on a 0.53 of an acre. Again, more owner information. Talks about the land and what it's assessed at value-wise for the county. But then we get into the home, and you can see it was built in 2005, wood siding. It goes through everything. It has a crawl space, gas forced air furnace. Then there's obviously no basement. I just said there's a crawl space, but it gives you the square footage on the first floor. And then there's an attic, so it adds up to a total square footage of 2359. It does say there's a garage and a porch. Any outbuilding or yard improvements, looks like they just paved the driveway. But after you take a look at that, then you can go back and you can view their tax records and see what they're paying in taxes every year. Here's their first half of the year, second half, total taxes. And in Flathead, in Montana, they collect taxes in arrears or, you know, for the past. And so that's why the last tax bill was on May of 24. But anyway, that gives you the tax amount they're paying on that particular place. And then the other cool thing about this is, let me go back here. If you go back to this particular piece, you can click on the septic system, and if it has a septic system that's recorded, and it does, so you click on this, it shows you the permit. When you click right here, and you see the actual permit for this septic system, and it shows it's for a 3-bedroom house, the septic tank size, and then it even has a map on these permits. It'll show you the map of where the septic actually is located, and any information that they had for this particular system. It says a dump truck ran over the lines and they're going to see if it's fixed. So that might be something to check into if you're looking at this particular house. But again, 1,500 gallon tank right here. And it shows, you know, right where this is in your yard. So another handy thing to know. And if we go back to this particular parcel information, What else can we find? Oh, it shows the survey. So this, if you click on this, it shows the survey for this particular subdivision. And we were over here, this lot 47. So let's zoom in a little bit. So as you can see here on lot 47, it's 0.61 acres gross and 0.53 net. And we've talked about this in other videos, but you need to be careful what they're advertising, because the reason you actually only own 0.53 acres is because you have these easements going through here that, yes, it is your land, but it's not, you can't obviously build anything or put a shop or garage up on this particular easement. And that's why your acreage is different between net and gross. And like these lots over here, they border Highway 93, so they've got even a bigger easement over here, so their gross and net acreage is quite different. So if we go back here, then the other thing that this site does now is you click up here, and these are the layers, and the layers are great. It's just so much information on here. One of the things you can do is they've added the wells here. There used to be, or there still is, a different site, but it's nice that they're putting everything into this one. So if you click on the wells here in these layers, these little triangles are the well. And again, you can go over here and see the actual well information. So this well's 158 feet. Static water level, and then you can actually see the well log itself. And this is very helpful if you're obviously building or buying an empty lot and you want to see any wells around you and see the depth, so you can get an idea of what you're getting into as far as how deep you may have to drill your well. And then the other thing you can look at here is, if you're curious, they even have mobile homes on this map. And it's these little orange dots, and you can see obviously where any mobile home parks are. There's, obviously let me get rid of the wells here, make the mobile homes easier to see. But here's obviously a mobile home park. And then if you go up to the bigger ones around Kalispell, you'll see this is a huge mobile home park with, tons of mobile homes. And it's kind of crazy that they've mapped out every mobile home that's registered here in the valley. Then another thing you can look at here on these layers is the hydrology, and it'll show you the floodplains. So if you're looking to buy a lot along the river, this red area is the 100-year floodplain, and then it goes out from there. So this is another handy thing to see. You got to zoom in a little bit to get to all the floodplains, but again, very handy thing to see if you're concerned about your insurance rates in the future, if you're going to build on a lot that's borders one of these 100-year floodplains. Another thing that's handy, let's get rid of the floodplain. You can see the high school. If you're wondering what high school, if you have kids and want to see what high school district they're in, it shows all of the different high school districts in the valley and what high school district you would be in if you bought a piece of property in this, whatever area you're looking at. And then now that we're in an election year, so if you're curious about what district you're in, you can click on, here's the House districts. This is House District 5, 6, 8. You can do the Senate district and see what Senate district you're in, so you know who you're voting for and what district your house is going to be in. The other thing that's really nice too is if you keep scrolling down, you can click on this and it shows all the public lands. And if you're going to border, obviously, if you border public lands, your house is probably going to be worth more. But any of these green areas that are outlined here, these are all the public lands around the valley. And, you know, there's even some smaller ones around town. I know there's a lot down here along Flathead Lake, all this area. But yeah, again, very handy thing to know. And then if you go back to the front page, this is more for a summer thing. They have wildfire information or fire information. So if you click on this, you can get to if there's any fires happening or going on at the time. Right now, there's not this Muir Creek fire. This is, you know, this was the only big one we had. And if you click on it, it gives you the information about this particular fire, shows the outline of it, and it'll give you, you know, it's now 100% contained. It started back in July of this summer or this year. So again, handy thing to have when you're looking around during fire season. We're getting frost now and cold, so the fire danger is quite low at the moment. And then the last thing I tell people when they're looking for land is back to that subdivision we were at earlier. I always tell people to go to Google Maps and get on the satellite view. And here's that subdivision we were looking at. And if you zoom in on it a little bit, you can see that, you know, there's some commercial stuff along the highway here. This was where that well was that we clicked on before. But at least you can see the surrounding areas and make sure that there's no gravel pits or, you know, whatever. Here, you know, we have this commercial stuff. So these houses on this side of the subdivision back up to the commercial. But anyway, again, good thing to do if you're looking at a house and you're kind of getting serious about it is to do all this research and make sure you know what you're getting into. So I hope you enjoyed that video. And there's another app that you can use that would definitely help your search that I did a video about 1 year ago. And I'll put it right here. So check that out after you get done with this one.
Thank you for watching our video. Please call, text, or email for more information. And don't forget to watch our other videos about Montana.